Hey everyone, Duke here, and today we're going to go over power and some of the more recent changes to power in Destiny. For this episode, they re-added another 10 levels to your maximum gear score, which that hadn't been a thing in seasons/episodes for a while, but they did re-add it back, and I know there's been some blowback and some people that don't like that, some people that do like that, but there's also been a lot of confusion in terms of leveling and how it works, so we're going to go over that. So there were three things that they added in the final shape launch that are really kind of changing, or at least kind of updating the way power and power leveling works. And the first one is going to be that it's really showing you the actual level where power cap, and power is going to help you through the power cap. So in pretty much any activity, you'll be able to see this like level here when you're about to launch it, or even when you just hover over it, on the director. It'll show you this activity power cap, and if you've reached it or not. If you're below that power cap, technically getting more levels will help you. It'll make you take less damage and do more damage. But once you get to that power cap or are higher than it, basically nothing higher than that level will help you anymore. So in a lot of activities, especially like even just the most recent raid and dungeon, this isn't very high. Like, there's been a lot of people that have asked, come into stream and are like, oh, like what level do I need to be to do the newest raid or the newest dungeon? And the answer is, not very high. I mean, 1955 for the newest dungeon. We can get up to 2010 now through our gear, and again, through bonus leveling through artifact. You can get even higher than that. Just doing the campaign, if you're coming back to the game or haven't played in a while, just doing the campaign should get you there. Not too bad. But again, that's the first thing there is again how they've kind of shown that. Now the second thing is, even let's say you just started playing yesterday, you just came back yesterday, you're at 1900 power, you're not to 1955 yet, right? And you want to do the new dungeon. Now the great thing about this is there is also fire team power now. So you see like on the left side of my emblem here and of my character in orbit, you have this little like, I guess, like a little star in person. And if you have multiple people in your group, you'll see it next to one person. That is going to be the highest power on your team. Whoever has the highest power on your team will have that. And then if we scroll down here, it will show you that basically fire team power is enabled. And what that does is it will boost every single person on your team up to within 5 of your power. So if I brought in a friend here or somebody in here that was, again, 1900 power base for themselves, like they'd never played, they had blue weapons, whatever, they would still get boosted up as if they were 2008 power and be, again, well on par to be able to do most new activities. Again, maybe there's a new activity you want to do, like, a GM or something that's even higher than that. But even then, they're not going to be that far away from what you're at, right? So if you're grinding your high level and you bring in somebody else that isn't, they're going to get boosted up, only 5 levels behind you and be pretty much on pace. So that's another big one that a lot of people have not noticed. And again, combining those two things that we've talked about are, very, very helpful towards allowing people to get into these endgame activities very easily with very little friction. And the third thing they changed is there is now account-based leveling. So right now I'm getting 2006 pinnacles on my Warlock. I don't think I've even touched my Titan or Hunter yet for this first week of the season. But if I wanted to log in on my Hunter and my Titan, even though they are a lower base level than what my Warlock is right now, because my Warlock is getting 2006 level pinnacles, if I do a pinnacle on my Hunter or my Titan, I will still get 2006 level pinnacles. So like before, you had to either even out your characters or they'd fall behind or whatever else. Now it doesn't matter. If you have multiple characters, you can just take advantage of them instantly and they will be getting drops as if they are just as high as your highest character. So that is, again, another huge change and huge boost towards making leveling a lot easier. So now let's actually go backwards a little bit and go more towards the basics. For power itself, right, there is going to be 2 different things. There is your gear score and there is your bonus score. Basically, gear score is just your average of all of the gear that you currently have equipped, and your power score is going to be your artifact level or your artifact bonus. This is just through XP. Anything you do in the game will allow you to level this. You can see here you get your next power bonus at a basically escalating amount of XP. So every single time you get one, it's going to be a little bit more XP that you need for the next level. For this, again, anything in the game will do, but doing bounties and some of the seasonal challenges in the quests log over here, which actually I had some bounties prepped for the dungeon race that I'd never even turned in, but these seasonal challenges that we get every single week, these are going to be some of the best ways to get those artifact unlocks, and again, also get your bonus level up if you are so desiring. Now, as for your gear score, there's going to be three numbers that matter to you and to most players. That's going to be 1960, 2000, and 2010. 1960, anything, if you're below that level, anything you do in the game is going to allow you to level up. Just again, any drop, any engram, any whatever you get, there's going to be a chance that that will level you up. Again, maybe it's in a slot that you already have a higher piece in, so that wouldn't help you, but it's going to be consistently, over time, over a couple drops, you're going to be keep moving up. You're going to be keep getting your gear score higher. Now, once you get there, up until 2000 power, you're going to need to start doing what are called powerful gear drops, or technically pinnacle gear drops. We're going to talk about that separately. And again, this part is the question that a lot of people have. And again, question like, what is this? What is that? Now, if you go on the map here, you're going to notice these little yellow stars. They're all over the place. Anything that has these little yellow stars, other than a few caveats, which I'll try to talk about here, because there's a few bugs and there's a few things that are visually glitched, but anything that has yellow stars, if you go into that planet or into that node, you'll find more yellow stars that will then have these challenges. And then if you hover over one, you'll be able to see either powerful gear or pinnacle gear in the different challenges. And again, going up until 2000 power, either one of these will help you. Powerful gear will help you a little bit less. Pinnacle gear will technically get you boosted a little bit faster. Either one doesn't matter, but anything you do is going to level you up. So I've also had a lot of questions on what specific drops will actually help you for both powerful and pinnacles. So we're going to go over the powerful gear first. And so in the Vanguard, you're going to be able to do 3, 6, and 9 activities. This is actually technically for Vanguard, Gambit, and Crucible. These all kind of connect with each other, so you'll see that same challenge in any of them. You can do these in any combination. So if you did like 4 Crucible matches and 2 Gambit matches, that would give you both the first and second powerful gear for your weekly on that character. But 9 total, again, 3, 6, and 9 across Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible will get you those 3 powerful gears. Also in the Vanguard node, you're going to be able to do Onslaught both for 50 total waves and 30 waves in a single Onslaught activity for powerful gear. I believe previously there was also one for doing 100 and maybe even 150 waves, again for powerful gear. I don't know if that still exists, but once you get the 50 waves done, you'll be able to see if there is another challenge behind that that updates into the 100 waves if that still exists. Grabbing and completing gunsmith bounties in the tower will give you another powerful gear. And do note, speaking of Banshee and just vendors in general, pretty much every single vendor in the game is going to allow you to get powerful gear through these powerful gear rank up packages. They'll be in this exact spot in whatever vendor that you visit. As you're ranking up, again, so we're rank 12 here with Banshee, every time you change the name, like right now Fabled 3, if you go to I don't even remember what the names of these are, but every time you change the name of your rank, you'll be able to get one of these powerful gears. So you can get quite a few of these. Like if you're just spamming Strikes or Gambit or Crucible or Trials or any of those things, you'll be able to get additional powerful gears every time you get a, again, quote unquote, major rank when that rank name changes. And additionally, in the new Last City / Old Helm section of the map, there's going to be, from last season or last episode, quite a few powerful gears. Again, you can do ranking up with Failsafe, that'll give you powerful gear. And again, on her actual rank ups, you can get powerful gear there, because, again, vendor. You can do the Arena Breach executable, you can do the Enigma Protocol, you can do the Battlegrounds, you can do Encore. Again, all of these will be powerful gear. Pretty much all the activities from last season will be powerful gear. Also, do note, and let me mention now, because a lot of people have this question as well, is that these will reset every single week on Tuesday at reset, whatever time that is for you. Whenever that new day hits on Tuesday for your time zone, all the powerful gears and all the pinnacle gears will be available again. So if you want to try to min-max things, you want to try to do all these before Tuesday, and then you can do them all again after that Tuesday reset hits. I also believe there was either a powerful or a pinnacle. I'm pretty sure it's powerful for getting maybe bounties done with Ido, and then the Onslaught playlist, there was multiple powerfuls, and I believe also a pinnacle gear associated with this, but again, we've already done this week and haven't gotten this far on my other characters, so I can't specifically see it. But again, same idea, just hover over it, you'll see if it says powerful or pinnacle, and you'll be good to go. On the Pale Heart, there are a couple more powerful gear you can do each week. There is completing Assist, and again, leveling up Ghost because he's a vendor. You've got the Pathfinder system specifically for the Pale Heart. Again, you can do this up to 3 times for 3 powerful gears. And where, I don't know where my map just went. And you can additionally do the Dual Destiny Exotic mission. This will give you an exotic class item, which is also technically a powerful gear. Now, once you reach 2000 power, you're going to need things that say Pinnacle gear. Powerful gear will no longer help you. It still can technically help you somewhat in boosts. For example, if, again, this isn't actually all my highest gear technically, but let's just say I was 2003 power on as my base right now, and I had all this gear specifically, then this was my highest gear stuff. Now if I got a helmet and it was a quote powerful gear piece, also note that prime engrams are powerful gear. This is technically also powerful, so you can get these from either doing crucible or just killing enemies. You'll just get a prime engram on the ground. These can be helpful, but anything like that, if I get a powerful gear slot piece, and if it was a helmet, for example, and I was 2003 power, it would be at 2003. So in this like exact scenario, which isn't technically true, but in this exact scenario, that would help me, right? Because it's technically higher than my lowest slot. So there are times where powerful gear can help you even in the Pinnacle gear grind. But going back to Pinnacle gear in which things actually give Pinnacles, the first one is going to be getting 200,000 points in the Nightfall. I've already done that this week, so you won't be able to see this here. But 200,000 total points. You can do this in multiple Nightfalls. It doesn't have to be in one. That used to be a thing. But you can do 200k points total, however many Nightfalls it takes. That'll give you a Pinnacle. Also doing Pathfinders, again, you can do either Vanguard, Gambit, or Crucible now. They kind of changed this. You can do 3 a week for 3 Pinnacles. Do note that at least for this first week, and as of the making of this video, the third Pathfinder, the one that like after you do the first 2, the third one was bugging out. At least for some people, it bugged out for me. I don't know if it's fully like always bugging out, but the third one may not give you a Pinnacle at the moment. It's supposed to, but at least 2 Pinnacles. Hopefully into the future we'll be able to get 3 Pinnacles because we're supposed to be able to get 3 from this. Our next Pinnacle is going to be in the Legends tab. There is the exotic rotator. There'll be a different exotic mission from the past rotating in here every single week, and doing this twice or once on the higher level version will give you a Pinnacle gear. There's going to be 3 spots to get Pinnacles on the Pale Heart. Our first one is going to be one of the weekly co-op missions. One of these will show the little challenge next to it, whatever it is that week. Do that specific one, and you will get a Pinnacle from completing it. The next one is going to be the most recent raid, Salvation's Edge. Do note that this one is actually not going to show as Pinnacle. Like, at least for me this week, it did not have the little a challenge marker there that tells you it is Pinnacle, but it is 100% Pinnacle. And again, the raid is super great because you will get a Pinnacle from every single encounter. You can get 5 Pinnacles per character by completing the entire raid from start to finish. Technically, you can actually get 6 Pinnacles if you also do the weekly challenge, because that will be a separate additional Pinnacle. And then when you finish the raid, I'd recommend going ahead and doing Excision, especially if you still need red borders, because you'll get the key to be able to get an extra red border. Excision as well will be a Pinnacle. You don't technically have to do the raid to get the Pinnacle from Excision, but just a nice little bonus if you do that back to back. Now, do note Nessus has this little star here where it's denoting that it has either powerful or Pinnacles, but according to everything I've seen, there isn't actually any powerfuls or Pinnacles on Nessus. Please let me know if there is a reason for this, or if there is supposed to be some sort of powerful or Pinnacle here. Leave it in the comments below. Let people know. Let me know. But Nessus, I'm not seeing anything. Now, new for this episode, they have actually added a double raid and dungeon rotator. So in the past, we've had 1 raid and 1 dungeon that rotates every single week, and whatever raid or dungeon it is, that is a Pinnacle gear for completing it. You just have to do the final encounter to get said Pinnacle. You can do the whole thing, you don't have to, but actually the finish of the raid or dungeon is what's going to give you the Pinnacle. So for this week right now, we have Last Wish and Shattered Throne. That's 1 raid and 1 dungeon, but there is additionally Vow of the Disciple that is featured. Again, you can farm both Last Wish and Vow of the Disciple for infinite weapons during their featured weeks, or again, whatever raids it is that week, you can farm them. But again, you will get 1 Pinnacle per character by completing the final encounter from both of those raids, so 1 each, and then again, 1 of each of the dungeons. So this week was both Shattered Throne, and our second dungeon is Duality. So again, you need to do the whole dungeon, or you can just find a checkpoint, or even if you just get to the final encounter, save the checkpoint, do the checkpoint 3 times on each character. That will give you 1 Pinnacle on each character. But again, you can do that for both raids and both dungeons now. Speaking of dungeons, the newest dungeon, Vesper's Host, is going to be a consistent source of pinnacles. There will be 3 pinnacles you can get there a week. Again, 1 for each encounter, just like with Salvation's Edge. So the newest raid and newest dungeon tend to be some of the best ways to get pinnacles, as those are very consistent. You can get multiple through doing a complete run-through per character. And do note that they are not active right now, but in the Crucible tab, when they are active, both Iron Banner will give you 4 pinnacles per character per Iron Banner, and Trials of Osiris will additionally give you the chance at pinnacles, both I think from the tower where Saint 14 is, there's like a win a certain amount of rounds or win a certain amount of games pinnacle, and then additionally I believe there's one like on the actual like Trials node when it appears, to get a pinnacle there. And I believe potentially going flawless might also be a pinnacle. That I'm not 100% sure of, but that's a little bit more out there, I'd say. Not everybody's going to be able to pull off the flawless, but if you are PvP Sweat and PvP God, those are some very, very good pinnacles for you as well. Now, one final note for pinnacles is going to be on the EDZ here. If you are looking at Warlord's Rune, that was the previous most recent dungeon, it currently shows that it is also Pinnacle gear. This is false. So this one says that it is Pinnacle gear, but this is not Pinnacle. This will not give you any sort of boost. I don't know if it's still powerful because I've been in the power, I've been past where the powerful gear band is. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not, because I believe I got 2,000 power gear when we tried the first encounter to test this. So I don't think it's even powerful gear, but it's definitely not Pinnacle gear, so do not count on this for Pinnacle. This tooltip is currently wrong. And one other tooltip that has been wrong literally for like, I don't even know, like 5 years, 10 years, forever, is at Hawthorne, the clan bounty. Well, actually, it's not even the clan bounty anymore. Now it is the, I believe you just have to do 5 commendations. But that's going to say it's powerful gear tier 2, but that is Pinnacle. It's been Pinnacle. It's still Pinnacle, and it's been bugged forever. So 5 commendations is, play whatever, give out some commendations, be a team player, give out those commendations, people. You'll get yourself a free Pinnacle. And that's all for today. Hope this video was helpful, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.